If The Godfather had a baby with the Count of Monte Cristo, this is what it would look like. The story has everything: betrayals, revenge, family, a frame-up, prison, and even a hidden treasure. Our story begins in 1945 when legendary Mafia boss Don Vito Corleone dies after eating a suspiciously large amount of cannoli. His will leaves his vast fortune to his 5 children, but also appoints his youngest son, Michael, who was a war hero in World War II, as the new Don. However, the family's lawyer explains that, for tax purposes, they need to put up a front of being a legitimate family business, so the government woe and take all their money. So the family agrees that Michael will marry the daughter of a local politician and make him seem like he got his fortune from his wife, his father. Michael is furious because he doesn't want to be a fake rich man. But just then, a rival family, the Barzinis, shows up to congratulate the family on their new Don. Except there's a rumor going around that Michael killed Salazzo, an Italian immigrant trying to deal drugs in New York City. That would be very bad for the family. So Michael goes to see the family lawyer and asks him to find out who spread this rumor. And let's just say he finds out soon enough. Michael was able to clear his name and establish himself as the new boss, but he knew that he would never live down the fact that he married into his wealth. One day, one of his brothers comes up to him and suggests they make a huge profit by hijacking a shipment of Cuban cigars. Michael says, sure, why not? But then he sends his men to do it, and they end up getting caught in a police trap and sent to jail. Michael isn't happy about this, so he decides to go to Vegas and open a casino to get back at the cops. Calls it the Cubana, as a reminder of his lost profits. It does really well, even though it's losing money. Why? Because it attracts all kinds of people, including 2 FBI agents looking for a good time. They're there to spy on the Mafia, but they get distracted by beautiful showgirls and decide to have a good time instead. Then one day, one of them is arrested for killing a man in a card game. And although it was self-defense, the other agent decides that if he wants to keep his job, he'll have to arrest his friend for murder. Michael is furious about this and orders his bodyguard to kill the cop. But he is stopped by another cop who takes him to see the chief of police. The chief tells him that his men have been getting away with murder, and he'd better kill the cop or else. Michael, afraid of setting off a gang war, decides to accept the bribe and let the cop go. Later, he learns from his lawyer that the chief is actually in cahoots with the rival family and the FBI to bring down the Corleones. And as soon as he hears that, he decides to go to the chief's house and kill him. He sneaks inside and is about to shoot the chief when he hears the voice of God and stops. Yes, you heard me right. The voice of God tells him that taking another man's life is wrong. So Michael lets the guy live. Then he goes outside and shoots his bodyguard in the head for not killing the cop. Now, Michael is beginning to worry that his family might be wiped out by the FBI and the rival families. So he starts making plans to move his family to Italy and start over there. But before he can do that, his brother gets arrested for murder, and the whole family almost gets whacked during a meeting with a rival family. Michael, furious, decides to make a final stand and eliminate all threats. He goes to Vegas and enlists the help of some mobsters he met while running his casino to kill both the cops, who arrested his brother. Then he goes to the rival family's house and kills them all, except for the boss's daughter who was betrothed to his son. After that, he goes back home and discovers that his sister was killed in the attack on his family. So he goes to her grave and swears revenge on the family's lawyer, who he believes set them up to get the family's money, pays a visit to the lawyer and tells him he'll be dead by morning. Then he goes back home, only to find the lawyer waiting for him in his living room. The lawyer explains everything. He reveals that the rumors about Michael killing Salazzo were started by the rival family to provoke Michael into killing someone. They figured that if Michael could control his anger, he could be reasoned with. But once he committed murder, they would have no choice but to destroy him. He also reveals that Michael's brother, Frito, was the one who set up the hijacking of the cigars, and that Frito had been working as a mole for the FBI this whole time. To prove this, the lawyer gives Michael a letter from the FBI director thanking Frito for his cooperation. Yes. Then Michael pulls out a gun and shoots the lawyer dead. In the end, Michael was successful in killing the rest of the rival family, shutting down his casino in Vegas and moving his family to Italy. Not before he took care of one last loose end. He tracked down the daughter of the rival family, Connie, who had become his sister-in-law by marriage, and told her he knew she was behind the attack. She tried to deny it, but he wasn't having it. He grabbed her by the hair, smashed a bottle over her head, and killed her. I know. You're probably wondering, why did I tell you this story? Well, it's because this movie is one of the greatest movies ever made, according to many critics. I couldn't believe it, so I decided to watch it to find out if it was true. And I gotta say, I was blown away. This movie has everything. A great story, great characters, great acting, great directing, great cinematography, great music. I mean, everything is great. The story is so good that I couldn't stop watching it. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The characters are so well developed that I felt like I knew them personally. The acting is so good that I could feel their emotions. The directing is so masterful that I forgot I was watching a movie. The cinematography is so beautiful that I felt like I was there. The music is so powerful that it moved me to tears. Everything about this movie is perfect. It's a masterpiece. And I gotta say, I'm surprised that more people haven't heard of it, because this is a must-watch movie. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and watch it now. You won't regret it. Promise. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering where I got this story from, well, it's from a book called The Godfather. It's a classic piece of American literature that everyone should read. Trust me, you won't regret it. Now, since you've made it to the end of this video, I have a question for you. What is your favorite movie? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.